what's up everyone? It's Marine Corps back with another video. And first of all, I'd like to thank y'all for giving me a bunch of ideas for future videos on social media. If you don't follow me already, follow me at Simeon_Karosky on Snapchat and Instagram and drop some ideas about what you want to see on this channel for future videos. A lot of y'all have been asking me to do more fitness related content because some of y'all went back and watched a couple of my videos from before I went to boot camp, and y'all like the workout style videos, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that at school. But definitely when I hit the fleet, I'll be filming more of actual fitness type videos. But yeah, thank y'all for giving me some extra ideas and stuff, and continue to do so. And I promise I'm trying to put out more content, but I've just been trying to get some other stuff done for the time being. And one popular idea that y'all have been giving me is, what is the food like in boot camp, MCT, MOS school? Now these videos are based on my experience only. This is not just a representation of the Marine Corps in general or what every base is going to be like. This is my experience only from the bases I've been to. So if you go in the Marine Corps, you might not have the same experience as me. It's going to vary a lot of times. So I'll just go over like MCT, kind of like the foods you kind of get at MCT, boot camp, MOS school. And to start it off with boot camp, a lot of people are always curious about what type of food you get, but a lot of times they do some research and they can't always find it. And a lot of people say that it's pretty bad, but it's really not. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. They do actually feed you pretty well. Like, you're always gonna get 3 meals a day. And there's also, after like this first or the second week of boot camp, I believe, you actually get like these little snack packs, which like come with like trail mix, maybe even Cheerios, milk, maybe peanut butter, jelly, and stuff that you can have at the end of the day. So you get plenty of food. You're constantly burning calories in boot camp, so obviously you need a lot of food, but you're always going to be provided 3 meals and a snack pack usually during the weekdays. So you get plenty of food and you're not going to go hungry unless it's like at the crucible where you have less meals. So you're going to have plenty of sustenance. Of course, you're burning so many calories that you might be hungry at certain times depending on your metabolism, but it's really not that bad. You're going to get plenty of sustenance. So the main thing about boot camp food is it's going to be high carbs. Now I wasn't really used to tons of carbs because when I was on a pretty strict diet before going to boot camp. Like I would just have like, sometimes I'd have like fasting periods, and I would be eating like just eggs, spinach, turkey bacon. Even if y'all followed me before I went to boot camp, y'all saw a lot of my meals was like just kind of simple, low calorie stuff. And that's mostly how I got in a lot better shape. And then when I went to boot camp, all the carb overload kind of gave me a little belly, and I kind of gained a lot of fat after boot camp from that, because it was a lot of carbs and I wasn't used to it. My body wasn't used to it that much. So I got a little bloated after boot camp and during boot camp. But mostly for breakfast at boot camp, it's actually pretty freaking good. Like, it's actually really good. They're gonna have like a rotation. You're gonna have pancakes, eggs, sausage. I don't think they had bacon for us, but it was like sausage, biscuits and gravy, tortilla. Sometimes they have French toast, stuff like that. You're always gonna be able to get yogurt, spinach, fruit cocktail, stuff like that. It's really not that bad of a selection. Also, there's chocolate milk. They have like skim milk, stuff like that. A lot of options such as that. They do have desserts, but in boot camp, if you get desserts, most of the time your drill instructors are going to like hound you and you might get in trouble. But technically you're allowed to have desserts, but I wouldn't do it, because obviously take boot camp as a time to kind of get in better shape and try not to eat junk, because it's going to mess you up during training. And so I prefer eating more of that towards the healthier side of what you get. When I was in there, they did have like a self-serve bar, so like you got as much like yogurt as you wanted and stuff, and you didn't actually have the workers at the chow hall handing you the food. But now I'm pretty sure with the COVID-19 situation, I doubt they have a self-serve area, because obviously they don't want you touching everything and all that type of stuff. So I'm pretty sure they don't have that anymore, but I'm not 100% sure, but it's pretty obvious that they probably don't have that anymore. So yeah, that's breakfast. Breakfast is by far the best. And then lunch, a lot of times I remember there being more of like spaghetti, pasta, stuff like that, like lasagna, a lot of high carb stuff. Usually for vegetables, the vegetables weren't really that great. Steam cooked vegetables, stuff like that. Like they would have carrots. Sometimes they would have rice, like this squash type mix. Lima beans, not very appetizing, but you might as well get it so you can have more of the healthier side of the meal. And also you can get like as much salad as you want. So I would always pile up this huge salad. Like half of my platter would be salad, oil and vinegar, like sunflower seeds, stuff like that. And that was like probably the best part of like lunch and dinner was the salads. They were actually pretty good, not gonna lie. And then also for dinner, like there would be sometimes like pork, like beef, sometimes like they never had cheeseburgers or anything like that in boot camp. Not really any like a junk food section, but yeah, you'd have like pork, beef, chicken, sometimes tamales. They would have tamales sometimes, and it really wasn't that bad. And then they would have like an area where you could get like as many rolls as you want, bread. And also the key part of boot camp, the most key thing, and I know every other Marine will say this, is peanut butter and jelly. Like peanut butter and jelly, because at the very beginning of boot camp, you're gonna be burning so many calories. You're gonna be hungry no matter what when you're going through boot camp. And then that peanut butter and jelly and grabbing bread to top it off at the end of your meal all the time is like by far the best part, because everyone, and you'll do the same thing, everyone makes PB&Js at the end of their meal no matter how much they eat. So like you'll just be done eating French toast, sausage, eggs, all this stuff, and it might seem like a huge meal where you're gonna be full, but then right after that you just stuff yourself with like peanut butter and jelly. So yeah, that's mostly what boot camp is. And then you also have the snack packs, which I already mentioned before, which would have like trail mix, stuff like that, and as kind of like just an end of the day snack to like refuel your body. And yeah, and then as far as MCT, when you go to MCT, and this also applies towards more of the combat training in boot camp. Like if you're on the West Coast, like I was, and you go to Camp Pendleton, you're going through Grass Week, Crucible, all that type of stuff, you're gonna be eating MREs. And at MCT, you're also gonna be eating MREs pretty much the whole time. And these are just pre-prepared meals that are over 1,000 calories. I think they range about 1,200 calories, maybe some 1,300 calories. So they're really filling, and it has a heater packet in there that you fill up with water and you can heat up your meal. In boot camp, they won't allow you to actually heat up your meals. You're gonna have to eat everything cold. But in MCT, they give you the time to actually heat up your meals. But they have like stuff like beef shredded and barbecue sauce, chili macaroni, elbow macaroni. They have like a new MRE that's like pizza, stuff like that. And they come with a lot of snacks. Like they'll come with like trail mix. They'll come with like stuffed French toast. They'll have like even candy in them. Like some of them have M&Ms and stuff like that. And so definitely when you get at boot camp and everyone's passing out MREs, some people get the good ones, some people get the bad ones, and they're gonna open up and they're gonna be trading stuff, like trading candy for main meals. Like that's what I did at boot camp. Like I would take my M&Ms out. Like if I got M&Ms, I would trade for a main meal, because some people were stupid and they would want candy so bad that they would give you an entire main meal with a lot more calories for candy. And I was hungry, so I would do that trade anytime. But during MCT, you're gonna be having so many MREs and you're gonna be pretty full that there's a lot of bargaining going on with that type of stuff. So yeah, that mostly MCT is going to be a lot of MREs, like the latter stages of boot camp, and then sometimes you do go to the chow hall at MCT. We did, and the chow hall for MCT in the West, on the West Coast, it really isn't like the best food, but it's really not that bad for my preference. But like they have like chicken, they have a line with like cheeseburgers, fries, and stuff like that. You can get more of like your junk style food, and they have another line that has like, sometimes it has chicken, like peas and carrots and stuff like that. You can get salad, you can get milk, you can get fountain drinks, stuff like that. You can get soda if you want. So yeah, and when it comes to MOS school, I've been blessed in this situation. Everyone's not going to have the same experience as me, because my MOS schools have not been at Marine Corps bases, but I've been at Navy base for A school in Pensacola, which has like, supposed to be like award-winning chow hall or something like that. It's really good. Like the food there was amazing. Like they had turkey pot pie, chicken fajitas, they had like Asian food. They had so much different stuff, and you can get so much food, salad bar, all the fruit you want. They have like blueberry cheesecake. They had so much stuff. You could take like to-go items. And now the base I'm at here, in Eglin Air Force Base, it's an Air Force base, obviously. So the food here is also really good. They have a to-go line, a grill line with like, you can get grilled chicken sandwiches, you can get double cheeseburgers, you can get Philly cheesesteaks. They have an entree line that has like various things, like it has vegetables like peas, carrots, all that type of stuff, chow mein, stuff like that. There's a lot of different variations here, and they have like a bunch of to-go items you can grab, like chips. You can grab. They have a fridge with like water, apple juice, stuff like that for any to-go items you want that you can take back to your room. They have fresh fruit. They have salads, prepared salads already wrapped up for you to take to your room, and stuff like that. So the food overall that I've experienced at MOS school is really good, but there's different, based on where you go, it's going to be a lot different. The food might not be as great. The food might be really good some other places. So just based on my experience, I've had like really good food at my schools, but my schools haven't been at Marine Corps bases, so I haven't got like the full experience. But yeah, I hope that covers most of the information you'll want as far as food at boot camp. In all honesty, it was way better than I thought it would be. I thought that it would be like terrible at boot camp, the food, just off the top of my head. I didn't think it would be good, but it's not like amazing or anything, but it actually is pretty good. And the food at my MOS school has actually been really good as well. So yeah, if y'all have any more questions, and continue to give me some ideas for future videos, I love to hear them, and hopefully I can pump out more content. I know I've been kind of lazy with it lately, but I've been trying to settle into my new school. And yeah, so probably for the next video, I was going to do a video with one of my friends about how to just get a head start in promotions for junior Marines. Now, this isn't going to apply to NCOs or anything past E3, but as most of y'all know, if y'all paid attention on my social media, I started out as a private, but I was promoted to PFC at the automatic point at 6-month mark, and because I got top of the class at my A school, I got a meritorious promotion to Lance Corporal, which I got pinned yesterday. So I'm just going to talk about like how you can get promoted early on in your career. A lot of things that I didn't know that you can get promoted from. Before boot camp, I didn't know any of this stuff, but my instructors have taught me a lot about certain ways you can get promoted on the early stages of your career, and I like to give out more of that information so that y'all can be prepared when y'all go to boot camp to get that head start to get Lance Corporal. So yeah, I'm gonna have my other friend that was a guide in boot camp, and he can teach. I was gonna have him teach you mostly like what you can do to be able to become guide in boot camp and be able to get a meritorious PFC or meritorious Lance Corporal promotion as an honor guide. And I'm going to teach you more of like what you can do at your schoolhouse or your MOS school in order to get promoted. and I think it would be a cool video to actually show y'all and give y'all a head start. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope y'all enjoy the video. I hope y'all have a blessed day and enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see y'all later.